Hello everyone, GenmaTheSamurai here, and welcome back to this part of Mega Man ZX. Alright guys, so last time we got the Model H transformation and also did some side quests and whatnot, so this time we're going to be focusing exclusively on boss fights, so I'm looking forward to that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go to the mission request and we're going to look at our options here. So I decided I'm actually going to level up Model H all the way because that's actually going to open up a lot of things. There's another perk to this, but basically, yeah, I'll point it out when we get there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Protect the Lab. So anyway, let's go ahead and listen to it. Let's hear description. Locate. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. Save the people, my bad. Alright, let's go ahead and listen to this description. I detected a biometal signature in Area I. In addition to the biometal, there are other signs of life in the area. It looks like some innocent citizens are being held inside the facility. Head to Area I and free the captives. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. Cool. Oh yeah, so I also have managed to actually get the PC port of the game since I recorded this last. It's actually been about a month since I recorded this last, believe it or not. A lot of things have kind of come out since then, so I really just have not been able to focus on this, so... I did go and practice though, and with the PC port, I have managed to get some certain things working, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, the life signs look like they're located in the very back of the area. Since you defeated the one in charge of the power plant operation, some of the equipment isn't functioning now. If you could just find a way to get the electricity flowing. Electricity? Alright, I'll figure something out. Cool. So anyway, I also just want to point out, that's a really good thunder sound effect going on in the background. It's a weird thing to be impressed by, but I just wanted to point it out. I love the atmosphere in this area. Actually, the music in general is really pretty here. In fact, I would say this, ZX's soundtrack in particular, out of all the Inti Creates games, I think gets like praised the most. I really like the soundtrack. It's not like my favorite from Inti Creates, but it's pretty up there. I will certainly say that. A lot of the melodies and just the general atmosphere of these places is just really cool. Ippo Yamada really did a great job with the soundtrack. Certainly, I'll also say this: as much as I love Gunvolt, which they also created, I think Gunvolt has, for the most part, weaker music than their Mega Man stuff, which is kind of sad. But I think it's still pretty good. But hey, maybe some of you guys won't share that same opinion. I also realize, even though I talk about Gunvolt all the time, that's also more like my friend Snivy's thing as far as like his YouTube content goes. He just recently finished doing a playthrough of Gunvolt 1 on hard mode. And yeah, honestly, you guys should check out Gunvolt if you do like the Mega Man 0 and ZX games. They're really good games. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the ZX form so I can take down this thing. So, the big deal with this enemy here, right, is it's just very spongy. A lot of the time I just kind of do this attack over and over again, and every once in a while I'll start dropping some missiles, so you kind of want to take those out as they show up. Again, I'm also probably going to be kind of rusty this part. I apologize if I end up making some mistakes and all that stuff. But hey, I'm going to do my best here. So, I'm going to go ahead and keep attacking this thing. And okay. But yeah, if you guys want to check out Snivy's playthrough, I'm probably going to be doing more of a 100% run of this game. Maybe not quite 100%, but I'm going to try and get like a lot of the major body chips and all that stuff. So that would be really cool. Whereas Snivy, as what I'm gathering, I think he's going to be just focusing on beating the game and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's going to be kind of cool. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game as well that you can kind of find. I find a lot of the side quests in this game are not like the most interesting stuff in the world. But hey, some of them are pretty worth doing. It's just kind of figuring out which ones. It's also a little odd because a good number of them are activated by talking to certain NPCs, and also at certain points in the game, they kind of get unlocked. I couldn't really tell you when they get unlocked exactly, because it's just kind of vaguely towards the end of the game sometimes. Sometimes you have to beat a certain area first, before you'll be able to do quests for certain people. So, I don't know, I guess it just kind of depends. I also mentioned this kind of before. So this area right here that we're in is accessed from Area E, and there really is no other way into this place, and there's no other area that overlaps into here. So like that's kind of one way that I wish this game decided to, you know, take more Metroidvania elements, because I think what makes Metroidvania games interesting to me anyway is the way areas interconnect and finding shortcuts between them, which honestly really can't exist in this game the way they have it set up. Because for the most part, most of these areas are still designed like Mega Man levels, which is perfectly fine. But as a Metroidvania, though, I don't know, they're just not like the most interesting thing in the world. Okay, I'm gonna try and glide here. Okay, no, there's no way I'm doing that. Alright, well, I tried. Yeah, no, there's a thing up there. I actually forgot how you're supposed to get up there, but there is a way. But either way, let's go ahead and go through this door real quick and move on. Oh.
Let me guess. You're here to save the poor folks in the next room? I'm afraid chivalry is dead, my boy. They're valuable sacrifices for the resurrection of Model W. Cyber-elves exposed to data on fear are the key to reviving Model W. I'm the Model H pseudoroid Huracan. You're about to become the next sacrifice. Just make sure to scream for me.
So also I want to say this about the Japanese version of this game, because also my good friend Golden Tailsgeek mentioned this in a comment as well. There are some subtle translation differences in the localization, so I guess these guys are referred to as falseroids in Japan. It's something different. But what I also really like about the Japanese version of this game is, you know, you do have like full voice acting for some of these characters. You get a much better feel for their personalities that way. In this one, it's kind of hard to get that like subtext in there. There's certainly some anime tropes in there that I think honestly just kind of makes the boss fights more fun and memorable. I will say this also about Gunvolt though, if you guys haven't played it. I think Gunvolt actually does a much better job of making its boss enemies like more memorable. In fact, in some cases, it kind of sucks because just like in Mega Man, you know, they don't really live past the game a lot of the time. And in Gunvolt, there are a few cases where you kind of wish you'd get to see some of those characters again. But yeah, in Mega Man, a lot of these guys are just kind of faceless mooks you take down, which is pretty sad. Also, one thing I have found out about since I recorded this last, there is a Mega Man ZX manga, and it's actually pretty good. If you guys have not read it, I can recommend it. It's a pretty faithful adaptation for the most part. I mean, it's kind of shortened and everything, but it's pretty action-packed, and, oh gosh, like the mid to late part of the story is just one big crazy ride. I definitely recommend it if you like this game. I'm hearing, though, that the Advent manga is not as good.
Ha! Not bad. Do whatever you want with the people in the next room. It won't matter anyway. Model W's awakening will still come to pass.
So yeah, that boss fight was pretty easy. I would say that one's the easiest one to get at level 4 rank against, because she just has a bunch of really repetitive moves.
It looks like you've recovered the password in my power. I am grateful. However, it will take time to reassemble the password into something you can use. Please be patient.
Gotcha, Model H. Alright, let's go. Okay, so let's find out what that guy was talking about.
The people are in that room. You have to free them.
Gotcha. We're saved! We were just about to become cyber elves. Thank you for rescuing us.
Become cyber elves? What are you talking about?
Those bad guys, they steal our memories and change us into cyber elves. They were also trying to scare us before we changed. I saw them. I saw the others changing, one by one, into those cyber elves.
So that's how they were able to create so many of them. They're even crueler than I had imagined. We'll send the people back to town. Thank you for saving them, Vent.
Okay, well, cool. Alright, well, I'm really glad we saved those guys, and yeah, that's that's pretty dark, honestly. But it's okay. We did manage to save them, which is the plus side. But it also definitely implies that a lot of the cyber elves that we saw in the factory are actually, well, a bunch of them were once people. Now, what is the purpose of that? Well, we'll find out. But anyways, I'm actually going to backtrack to a certain part of this level, so I'll see you guys in a moment when I get back there. Alright, so here we are back at this spot, so I'm going to go ahead and actually use this charge special because I now have this ability, now that I have leveled up my Model H. And as you can see, I just lifted up this platform. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that again, and now, hey look, there we go. It's a health upgrade. Now another thing that's actually really nice about that attack is insanely overpowered. It'll completely combo any enemy that it hits, and you'd be amazed how much damage it actually does. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try and drop down here again, but again, I actually forgot how I'm supposed to get here. Oh, okay, I don't think that's it at all. Huh, okay, well, I'll figure it out later. In the meantime, though, I'm actually going to go ahead and go this way. Now, over here you're going to notice that it's all dark and everything, but if we switch over to Model P, one, our vision is actually increased, but if we take a look at the bottom screen over here, you'll actually get a map of the screen you're in, which is going to be insanely useful for not falling into pits. So let's go ahead and go right here. We'll also go ahead and tell you if there's an enemy. So if you really wanted to, you could just keep your eyes glued down to the bottom of the screen. I won't be doing that, but hey, you could. And okay, now I'm going to go ahead and keep attacking that guy. And I think that's a nice safe spot right here. Alright, awesome. Oh crud, there's the data disc. I want to get that. Hold up. Let me go back up here. Boom. Okay, awesome. Man, it would suck if that just locked me out there. Alright, so let's see. Energy crystals. Nice. So anyways, yeah, Model P is pretty useful. Although I definitely pretty much use Model Z mostly when I play this game. I don't know. It plays a lot like Zero, or I might use Model X a lot too, because the Buster is just so insanely strong in this game compared to the Zero games. So, yeah, either way really is pretty consistent. All of these forms are useful in their own situations, well, except for maybe one form we don't have yet. And I'm probably going to be picking between two of these other forms right after I finish this mission. So, okay. Anyways, it looks like I can't go that way right now, so I'm going to go ahead and fall down here. And I'm going to head right over to the trans server once again, so I'll see you guys there. Okay, so I just remembered how to get to Area I-4. So essentially, remember this pathway down here? Well, I didn't go down this pathway thinking this was on the other end of that dark corridor, but there's actually two dark corridors. So I had it kind of confused, so here we are at the other one. This one should take me to Area I-4 if I remember correctly, so let's go ahead and keep exploring right here. Gonna be pretty straightforward for the most part. I'm gonna keep that open so we don't fall onto any spike traps. Although I haven't seen any yet, so maybe this place would actually be pretty... Okay, that would not be a safe spot. Okay. That was a... I did not mean to do that. See, this is what I don't like about Model P. Especially if you have one of those D-pads that has a particularly sensitive up input. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna use my frickin' shuriken. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep exploring a little bit. There we go. There's the doorway I'm looking for. Okay, so this is Area I-4, or at least it should be, right? Yeah, okay. So let's keep exploring here, and okay. Oh, it's one of these. Alright. Now, I don't know if I have the weakness for this guy. I don't believe I do. So we're going to deal with this with Model X, I think. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack. I mean, it's basically the same principle as the other fight. I'll certainly say this. I'm not a big fan of these types of mini-bosses. Honestly, this thing is kind of spun off of the mini-bosses that you would find in Mega Man 04, which they had way too much goddamn health, if you ask me. So that's the thing. But hey, it's fine. So yeah, this is definitely something you do if you want 100%. I have collected all of the data discs in this game before. It was quite a bit of searching for it, but don't worry. It's not actually that hard to do if you know where to look. Let's go ahead and attack this guy. Boom. God dang, I'm gonna die. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Awesome. Okay. So, anyways, alright, it's this room. I remember now. So yeah, you will notice that these platforms are not moving. Now, I'm trying to remember how to activate that, but you can actually activate these. It might be done through my own attacks. We'll have to remember that. This might lead to a door. If it does, then yeah, I think I have to actually use my electric attack on them to activate them. Let's go ahead and move over here, and then boom. Okay. Okay, this, I don't know where this is leading me, but it's leading me somewhere, that's for sure. Okay, yep, that's a door. That's definitely a door. Well, let's go ahead and head back down. I'm going to try and use my weapon on those things. So again, mind you, my memory is going to be a little shoddy on this part because it has been a little bit, and I only did it the one time. When I played through the game as Ale, I tried to finish the game as fast as I could, as opposed to my first time playing it through recently. So, my bad if I make mistakes. Regardless, okay, yeah, that is what I'm supposed to do. Whoo! Okay, awesome. Okay, let's, do a thing. Yeah, okay. It's not stressful whatsoever. Okay, yeah, just homing on that guy. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted. Good lord. I don't like anything about that just now. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and use that door all the way towards the right, see where it takes me. And then once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and head on over to our next area. Well, back to the train server, anyway, to head to our next area. And okay. But yeah, how are you guys enjoying the playthrough? I'm definitely really liking coming back to this and, you know, having a more informative commentary once again. In general, I was kind of out of the loop for a really long time. Some of it was like all of these blind playthroughs, and also I had a bunch of playthroughs for a while that I just kind of had like, you know, not too many commenters. Well, Shining Force I had some. Fire Emblem I didn't really get like too much aside from during the streams themselves. And I don't know, I kind of missed that. Honestly, one of my favorite parts of these videos, if I had to be honest with you, is like getting comments and, you know, getting people's opinions on stuff. But I also realize some people, they just want to throw something on and then, you know, they move on with their day, which is totally understandable. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. See, that makes perfect sense. I was thinking it had to do with another screen, but I couldn't remember how to get there. Alright. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and go over to the train server. I think we've done everything that we, at the very least, can do here right now. And we'll move on to the next mission. So, okay. That's really cool. In general, it's also good to be playing Mega Man again. Even though on my own time I've been playing the frick out of this collection, I've put an insane amount of hours into this. It's definitely over 100 hours so far total. Regardless, I think I'm going to go ahead and do... I'm going to find the survivors. Yep, I think that's a good choice. Let's go ahead and take this, here, the description.
I've detected a distress call coming from Area F. There are Maverick and Biometal signatures in close proximity. Whoever sent the distress call is being pinned down by the Mavericks. It's likely that they are innocent civilians trying to flee. Head to Area F and rescue those people. Secure the Biometal while you're at it. What will you do?
Let's go ahead and take the mission. Alright. So this is going to be another area that has one of my favorite themes in the game. I guess we're doing both of those areas in this right now. But that's fine. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah, there is a doorway we were not able to go through before. Only this time, you know, it wasn't locked by a keycard. It was locked by our ability to go up and do this. So, now we're going to be able to progress. Very rare that it's something like that, honestly. I wish there were more cases of that. Again, that's the kind of thing that I like about Metroidvania games, and this game just does not scratch that kind of itch. Like, the abilities really don't help you to explore at all. Well, I mean, okay, Model H kind of does, because you have, like, the jump and everything, but I feel like that's just general mobility, which is nice for platforming, but I feel like you could very easily slide that into a traditionally structured Mega Man game, and it would have very little impact. So I don't know. That's kind of a hot take. I know, like, there's a pretty sizable portion of people that prefer ZX1 to Advent, and even though, like, I prefer having the ability to use the saber and everything from a gameplay standpoint, from a Metroidvania standpoint, I prefer it the other way around. Anyway,
the distress call definitely came from this area. The signal is too weak to pinpoint the exact location. I can't get a lock on it either. I'll proceed and let you know if I find anything.
Alright, here we go. I love the music here. It is so good. Alright, well anyways, I also just like snowy areas in these games. I don't know. I know some people hate snowy levels. I mean, there's certainly some instances where I do too. But in Mega Man games, they actually tend to be pretty nice, especially when Inti makes them. I don't know, they're very pretty. Tend to have really cool music. Anyways, let's go ahead and fall down here, and okay. So, one thing I should be careful about, actually I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think I might be weak to ice elemental stuff while I am in Model H. Which just makes sense if you know the elemental weakness triangle, as it were. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and attack that guy, and okay. Now, I'm not able to progress over there on the right, so I'm just going to climb up here instead. If I had a different ability, I would be able to. Actually, I will say this. Progression is made easier in certain stages depending on which abilities you happen to have first. Which is a nice touch, but it's definitely not like the same kind of feel. Again, I'm going to be very particularly critical of the way this game is structured as a Metroidvania. Just because, again, I think Advent does it so much better, and I've just heard so many people rag on it. Although that's also opinions for you. In general, I mean, I really like the ZX games. This one is like, it's funny. When I first played Mega Man ZX, I think I've definitely grown to like this one a little bit more as I've replayed it a little bit more and more. It doesn't change the fact though that when I first played Mega Man ZX though, I didn't really feel too strongly about it. Like, I thought it was okay, but the story is definitely kind of a letdown from the Zero series if you come off of that. But I mean, if you know it's coming, it's really not that bad. I would still say the story here is definitely way better written than the average of the Mega Man X games, for sure. So I really don't have that much of a problem with this story. I just think it's just kind of basic, I want to say. The villains aren't like the most interesting, although it is presented in a much better way in this game, especially if you are playing the Japanese version.
Hey, is anyone here? I came to help. Tell me where you are. Strange. There's no reply. The source of the signal is definitely coming from near your position. The device emitting the signal should be close. Try to locate it.
Okay. So yeah, no, we are here looking for a distress signal, but it seems like no one's here, huh? Alright. Well, we'll find out what that's about. Either way, let's go ahead and keep moving. Oh my gosh. Okay, the one thing I don't like about this area are these enemies that drop these snowflakes, as it were. They will actually slow you down, and that can be kind of a problem if you're trying to get around and platform and all that jazz. So try not to let any of that stuff land on you. If not, you could just kind of mash your way out of it. But I just feel like pointing that out. Anyway, let's go ahead and use Model H to get up here, and boom. Okay, I could have used that full health just to, you know, fill up my sub-tank a little bit more, but it's fine. Either way. Oh, god dang it. Cool. So, let's go ahead and attack that guy. Boom. You know, I still really like Inti Creates' level design in general. I've definitely been at odds with my good friend Studios in regards to the design of Inti's Mega Man games. But, I don't know, I feel like their designs have been really helpful for, you know, the speed aspect of these games. I would say it feels kind of like, if you were to compare classic Sonic to Inti's Mega Man games, I would say it's probably, not Sonic, classic Mega Man to Inti's games. See, I already kind of spoiled my comparison. I would say it's like comparing Mario to Sonic, where like, they're both platformers, but one is definitely focused around like spectacle and speed, you know? And in that same vein, I definitely am more of a Sonic guy than I'm a Mario guy. I'm sorry if that seems blasphemy. Mario is like very safe and like well designed and everything. I don't know. I just like something a little more than just like, you know, something like that. But hey. Regardless, let's go ahead and move on. Okay. Oh god dang. So when I was practicing this earlier, I made that same mistake right there. So yeah, just try not to hang too hard on the wall when you kill that guy.
Prairie, I found the terminal that has been sending out the signal, but there's no one around. What? I wonder what could have happened there. What's this? There's a data disk still in the terminal. I don't have much...
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to voice this. Ah, frick it.
I don't have much longer.
I pray that this data doesn't fall into the wrong hands. The recon unit has unearthed a strange metal in this area. It seems conscious. It began to speak to us in our minds. The commander called it Biometal Model W. We continue to research the biometal under her orders. However, everyone was complaining of unexplained headaches and a strange numbness. Upon hearing this, she removed us from the site and continued the research on her own. Despite these precautions, our unit was annihilated. One of our own had suddenly gone mad.
That's the end of the data. Sis, this is a report from the 1st Commander's recon unit. The distress call must have been activated to make sure someone would find this data. But the recon unit is gone. Stay with me, Prairie. I need to know where the biometal is. Vent? Slitherink might have the rest of the data. Don't give up on your sister just yet. You're right. I'm sorry, Vent. I'm reading the biometal signature just beyond the locked door. We'll hack the lock from Guardian HQ. Looks like we're back in business.
Alright, let's go ahead and get a move on. So this part's gonna be fun. But yeah, the mystery continues to compound, and actually I will say this, that exposition dump right there is a little bit different in the Ale route, so if you guys want to figure out what's going on with that, go ahead and check out Snivy's playthrough to find out exactly what happens there. For real though, I think it'll be kind of interesting seeing the two different commentary styles, and I kind of mentioned this before, but if you're wondering why I'm choosing to handle this playthrough this way, it's quite simply because, at the very least gameplay-wise, the two routes are pretty friggin' identical, and rather than, you know, have me say a lot of the same things about these levels, I figured it might be more interesting for you to have, like, two different commentators kind of talking about the two different routes. So that's just kind of the general idea. So it's just kind of experimental. I'm planning to do the same thing with Advent as well, which I'm definitely looking forward to playing through that. Although Advent is significantly better with the character split, there's actually a bit more that's different between the two routes. So look forward to that one as well. I'm really looking forward to playing Advent again, because again, that one in particular was my favorite of the two back when, although I've definitely heard some people be particularly critical, as I've said like a million times in this part alone. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and grab this data disk. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna go up here and continue moving forward. Okay, so once we go through this door, we'll be home free? Oh, you guys know it's not that easy.
Oh my, what's that disc you've got there? Ah, I thought I told you Mavericks to leave. Anything of importance with me. Worthless fool. I knew it. You're after this disc. Where's the rest of it? Oh my. You must be one of those horrid interlopers trying to stop poor Lord Serpent's plan. Well, I'm not telling you anything. So how do you like that? I'm the lovely pseudoroid Model L, Lurer. I'm going to tear you apart piece by piece. Prepare for the end of...
I can't speak today.
Prepare for the end, little man.
Oh boy. Alright, so with this boss, her weak point is her head. So again, if you're trying to go for a level 4 rank, do not hit her head, okay? Also, yes, you just saw that. She is a giant angler robot. God dang it. Ah, God. This fight is a thing. Also, I particularly liked the voice delivery of her in the Japanese version. You know, she kind of has this, like, cute, meek voice. And then, yeah. I'm sure you can hear it in the battle quotes, but she gets kind of, like, really dark and intense. I just find it fun. Let's go ahead and use that real quick. Oh, please disappear. Alright, awesome. Oh, come on. Ah, level 3. I'll take it.
Oh my, goodbye, cruel world. How could this be, done in by a creepy little runt?
See, that was my attempt to do the thing. I don't think it turned out very well, but it's okay. I tried.
I am the biometal of the ice, Model L. Thank you for freeing me from that awful body. You're looking for the rest of the data disk, right? I'm sorry, but it has already been taken away somewhere. 100 years have passed since the war, but it looks like some things will never change. A man named Serpent is attempting to reawaken Model W. To stop him, I need your help in the password. Model Z, I heard the story about Serpent. I know you were linked with the host body, but I heard he beat you in combat.
Yes, my failure led to the death of a good man named Jiro.
I see. Alright, I'll join you. It should be an interesting challenge, to take on the one who bested the great Model Z. I'll give you my password, but the data is split into 2 halves. The other pseudoroid with my power has the remaining half. I won't be able to give you the complete password until you defeat him.
I also really like the touch there that in the middle of talking to me, she just completely redirected the convo towards Model Z. I feel that's really fun, considering the Zero series. But yeah, regardless, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this part of Mega Man ZX. Let's actually turn this in real quick. Alright. And we got a blue card key. Turned in data disk. Cool.
Vent, can you hear me? Come in! HQ radar has spotted multiple slithering airships. Their fleet is flying full speed straight at us. Please get back here. We need your help.